Ranting Chunt!
Hey guys, it's Chunt here again, your Uncle Chunt. Now today I want to talk about DC Comics. What the fuck are you doing, mate? I've been supporting DC Comics in their monthly installments for quite a few years now. And I jumped all over the DC New 52 relaunch, like head on. I loved that. It was great. You know, a good fresh starting point after 75 years. You know, that's cool. Alright, I'll stomach that one. But now they want to relaunch again, like 4 years later. And that doesn't sit well with me. Now, I don't follow every title because I just, you know, A, I can't afford it. But B, they cancelled a lot of the ones that I started reading at the start of the relaunch with all the number ones, like Blue Beetle and Captain Atom for 2, and so they've cancelled a couple titles, which is fine and to be expected. If they're not selling, then put something else there, or which, you know, I reckon they should probably, if they're not selling, put a different writer in there, or a different artist, or just put better stories in there. Rather than just cancelling it altogether. Like, Blue Beetle is a really cool character, and like, he could be DC's Spider-Man. That's just how he feels to me. And Captain Atom, he's really cool. Like, a lot of people say, oh, he's just a rip-off of Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, but what they don't understand is Dr. Manhattan is a rip-off of Captain Atom. Anyway, so here we are, looking down another relaunch after this Convergence event. They've released some of the solicitations already, post-Convergence, so we already know what to expect afterwards, if this is supposed to be some kind of universe rebooting, relaunching kind of thing, and what lasting effects it'll have. That's why I hate when they announce the solids, because you know it's coming. And it's just, it pisses me off, man. Like, why can't we just stick to what they've done? Yes, you know, maybe it had a lot of problems, but you just make it better. Not just start all over again 4 years later. I don't know, I'm pissed off as a consumer because I've spent so much money on following select titles over the last 4 years, buying the posters and, you know, collectibles on the New 52. I really like the redesigns already. I like the relaunch and the reboots of what we have already. My main pet peeve with the relaunch is how they've just screwed Superman completely. Action Comics and Superman have been lackluster, if not really bad, since the get-go, and it hurts as a Superman fan. Grant Morrison's arc on Action Comics is just terrible. I really had to struggle every month to read that book. And yeah, Scott Lobdell on Superman, it was an improvement over Dan Jurgens, I'll give him that, but Dan Jurgens was a shithouse. That whole arc was crap. To keep him away from Superman. His artwork is dated as well now. I don't like his artwork, as well as George Perez. They should stay in the 80s and early 90s. They still look like that. Even when you put different colouring on it from what they did on the books, it still looked like it was like a couple decades old. So anyway, being a big Superman fan, I found myself being more excited about other books, like Aquaman kicked ass. That was a fantastic book. Blue Beetle, I really enjoyed that book, and I'm pissed off of how they cancelled it and where they cancelled it in the story. It was just, it doesn't give you any kind of closure or indication of what's happened to that character, and it's disappointing. Green Lantern books have been good. I only followed Green Lantern and New Guardians, and like, they were fantastic, and they still are. But see, Justice League has been a consistently awesome book, and if I had to, I'd just pick that one up, considering how everything's going. Anyway, like, I was collecting at least like 10 books a month, and that eventually tapered off because it just got too expensive, and I couldn't validate spending the money when the stories just weren't good. Well, not as good as I wanted them to be. Superman, Wonder Woman, that's a good book. I really enjoy that book. So then we get to like the New Gods arc. There's the War of the New Gods. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but I lost interest at that point because it was another tie-in event, and you know, I only had a couple issues a month out of like a 6-parter story, and I didn't want to have to buy books from other titles to get the full story. And so then I had no idea what was going on, and then Future's End was happening, and that had effects. And whether the title when that ended, every other title skipped like a year or so ahead, and there was all this crap that would have happened within that space at the time that you have no idea what's going on. So I was even more lost, and now I just stopped reading. I'm still paying for them, but I just haven't read them yet because why? I keep getting lost. And now we've got Convergence coming up, where it's going to be a massive tie-in event with multiple universes and whatever. And now we're going to get another relaunch. And what are you doing, DC? Like, yeah. Now I'm going to talk about some of the new costumes for Superman and Wonder Woman that they've released. First off, I want to talk about Wonder Woman's suit. Fuck yeah, it's cool, man. I really, really like this redesign of Wonder Woman. She looks badass. And, you know, being the new God of War in the DC Universe, it just makes me want to pick up the book now and start reading it. You know, it's not overly sexualized. You know, boobs aren't hanging out of a corset, and you know, she's got pants. Yeah, she was supposed to have pants at the relaunch, but you fanboys were like, no, take her pants off. We don't want her to have pants. So now they're giving her this full-on armored kind of suit that, you know, makes her look like a warrior, as she should be, and it looks kick-ass. And they've brought the gold back into the suit, so it's not silver anymore. I really liked the New 52 redesign, only if they had pants. Like, I really liked the pants version. Like, if you watch the Justice League War movie, that costume looked awesome. Like, it's really good. Now, Superman. Superman has a new look. Again, it was only like last month when they kind of cleaned up his New 52 suit a bit, and it was a new costume. And now he's going back to the shirt and jeans that he was back at the New 52 relaunch. But he's cut his hair off, it's really short. He's just got like the old Fleischer cartoon type logo on there. The S with the black behind it, and what the hell? I mean, obviously I'm going to have to read Convergence and continue reading Superman and Action Comics to see what this is all about, but really? Why do they have to keep rebooting these books? Why do they have to keep rebooting these lines? I mean, Marvel does it too. Marvel's just about to relaunch everything. I don't know, as a long-time reader, it just really gives me the shits, and I know there's probably a few of you out there, more than a few, that feel the same way. The argument can be made that, oh, it's a good idea because it keeps everything fresh and exciting. But if you have to keep everything fresh and exciting by rebooting every couple of years, there's something wrong. Like, you're not doing it right. You're not continuing stories properly, or you're not getting the right talent in there to write those books and maintain. Give the writers enough space and time to actually create a good series and build those characters up. Because so far you're only giving them like 4 or 6 or 8 editions to really do anything, when most of these arcs, you know, they should span out over, you know, 10, 15, 20 issues. Like, give them a good run so they can tell their idea in full and give you the epic story that they want to tell, instead of cramming it in. So I know this is a bit of a rant, but I just read this news today and saw the pictures, and I was like, fuck me sideways. Like, really, again? So what, are we going to get a whole new line of toys and figurines and statues with the new designs? What's happened to the New 52 continuity or the New 52 world? Is that now gone? Is this DC's old continuity but with the reboot New 52 skin over the top? What the hell are they doing? Yes, we'll just have to find out, won't we? So, let me know what you guys think. Marvel or DC fans, whatever. Let me know what you reckon. What do you think of relaunches? Are you sick of reboots? Are you tired of these companies not knowing what to do with their own characters all the time? Just, leave a comment and whatever below there and let me know what you reckon. Uncle Chunt out. Bye.